Pregnancy comes with a lot of challenges for most women. It is a period where the hormonal changes, triggers a lot of things. All the attention is always centered on the woman when she's pregnant. But then there is another thing that happens after the pregnancy that most people do not know. Most people are not even aware of. Most people go through it, but then don't know the name of what they are going through. What is that? Postnatal depression. Postnatal depression comes after birth. After birth, a lot of women go through this depression in one way or another, but a lot do not even understand that they are going through it. So, here today on the White Table Talk Show, we have come to say one or two things that will open your eyes to this particular thing that a lot of women go through. So, stay tuned as we dive right into the show. Welcome to the White Table Talk Show. My name is Emilia Onyechiwanko, and here with me is
Funke Famoroti.
We're bringing to the table a particular thing that happens to the women, a lot of women that majority is not aware of. I particularly was not aware of this particular thing that happens after birth. What is it? Postpartum or postnatal depression. Please, have you ever experienced that? Pregnancy is what a lot of women have different experiences, all right? So, but then after birth, there are things we also experience as women. So I don't know if you have, in one way or another, experienced anything depression after birth.
I have. I could remember when I had my first child about 10 years ago. I couldn't even place my hands on what was happening about a few weeks after. But I remember one day I woke up and I asked my mom, she was staying with me. She came with me, she was staying with me at that time. She said, I asked mommy, so is this all? Is this all? She said, what do you mean? I said, so is this all life is all about?
About
so,
giving birth?
Yeah, so get married, give birth, so what next? So is this all my life is all about? She took it, thank God she didn't say the wrong thing. She just smiled. Even though in their generation they did not really understand
all those things,
or they don't even call it those terms. Yes. She just said, don't worry, I understand how you feel, and she tried to encourage me. But in retrospect right now, I could understand that I was going through postpartum depression, because what happens is that most of the night I don't get to sleep.
Yes.
I was always breastfeeding the child so much that sometimes I'll be wishing that, can't you just sleep? I'll be telling the child, can't you just sleep? As I can't sleep, I don't have a life of my own anymore. Day in, day out, and I still have to cater for other things during the day, and when the child is sleeping, that's when I'm doing other things. By the time the child wakes up, I can't sleep anymore. So it was continuous, and at a point in time, I noticed I was not happy. I was just falling into unhappiness. I never knew it's called
postpartum depression.
So
that is what we are talking about. A lot of women do not know the name of this particular feeling. I particularly felt it when I had my first child. Okay, so then my mom was far away.
Okay.
So there was no postnatal care, much of it then. So I was always anxious, kind of a new life, a new. So I couldn't place my hands, what exactly was happening to me, coming into a new life where I have a new baby. I was just feeling overwhelmed. In fact, I lost appetite. As a woman who gave birth newly, I'm supposed to be eating, I'm supposed to be excited, but I lost appetite. Do you know what I was always craving for? Noodles.
Wow.
I was always craving for noodles and mineral. And guess what? It's not good for my health at that moment. But then, because even for the baby. So, but then, because there was, virtually nobody, I did not understand what was happening to me, I was always too careful about the baby. Before they birthed the baby, I had to close up everywhere. That kind of consciousness. I don't even know what was happening to me. To sleep at night was another thing. I was always like, oh, I have a baby now. If I'm sleeping, in my consciousness, I would, jump up. All those kind of feelings. So postnatal depression or postpartum depression, PPD as it is mostly called professionally, is what spikes up after childbirth. It's not just about pregnancy. During pregnancy, the estrogen and progesterone hormones goes higher, but then it comes down drastically after childbirth, and that alone triggers a kind of depression, in most women. And this depression comes in the form of anger, withdrawal,
loss of appetite,
or not being able to sleep,
be edgy,
you are irritated,
and just quietness. Mine was quietness. I was not talking.
Before you know it, you are kind of withdrawing from the things you used to love. Yeah. So this is something we go.
It can even affect your well-being.
You
may not even want to look good.
You just want to, just leave me alone.
That's what that leave me alone kind of
thing. At that moment, a lot of changes comes in, and then if there is no proper care from your partner or from the people around you,
or a good support system,
that's just it. It affects the woman.
True.
So now this is a serious something.
It is.
Honestly, it is.
A friend of mine said she was not going to have another child. She has just one child, and the child is 10 years old.
You see?
She said she just can't.
That is one of the things that postpartum
because it was not well managed. She went through a very bad season of postpartum and depression. And it was not really handled well.
So you see,